it's so cool seeing the new kind of, when people shake their head at this, the new government coming in, and a lot of it's just like, God saved me from that bullet. Mm-hmm. So many things. God is coming back into our one nation under God, and it's very very satisfying.
Yeah.
Because I know how much that changed evil me.
Yeah, I love that, man. I love also the contrast that you were talking about. I think that's such a powerful. Like, if you look at, there's people that I know, and if you know their testimony, like, you see the things that they've been through, and then you see how much like compassion they have for people, the joy that they have, and it's because they've been saved and delivered from a lot. So like, it's hard for people, like, so, but JP's been to war, but like he was a believer his whole life, and I was a believer my whole life, and I hadn't had experiences like that really put a lot of. I'd had some ups and downs in my life, but generally had a really great life. You know?
You'd never dealt with like life and death. You haven't buried your roommate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you didn't escort your buddies home in a casket. So we both had the faith aspect.
Yes.
But like what you're saying is like people are all going to have different types of tests in their lives.
Yep.
And as you and I have talked, your tests are your tests. Like, you can't compare what you've gone through to somebody else. That's a big thing at Pursuit.
Yeah,
you know, is like, you'll hear guys sharing stuff and you're like, oh my gosh, what I've dealt with was nothing compared to that person. But then the things you've dealt with might be greater than the person.
Right.
It's about what you have dealt with, what you have endured.
Yeah, but those people that have endured a lot and and done a lot and then been forgiven of a lot, I think those people are some of the most passionate people, because it's like, dude, I know where I came from. I know the stuff that I made it through, and God redeemed me from that life. Mm-hmm. Like, my dad was in a gang, and he was, like, probably an alcoholic before he was even 20 years old, and doing some hard drugs and incarcerated for assault felonies, and just living that lifestyle and going down that route, and God like radically changed his life. And so he's the kind of guy then that goes and does things like what he did for 20 years, where he did ministry all over the world, traveling, but literally from headed like in a gang, and that's where he's headed. And then God just like flipped the script completely by changing his life. And then he became just as passionate about all the evil he was doing. He now became just as passionate to share the gospel with people.
Yeah.
So it's like those people, what I'm saying, the contrast is like, I see that in people. I see when people know they've been forgiven much, they're just, it's so much more joy. It's so much more passion, and they serve and love people like they've been forgiven of a lot of stuff.